the session as usual. We will start with our usual prayers, and then we'll move on to a very quick, short, brief introduction to what we are doing today, and then we'll move on to the session itself. All right. So we are at sharp 9. So let us begin the session and start with our prayers. Om. 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 Vakratunda Mahakaya Surya Koti Samaprabha Nirvignam Kurume Deva Sarvakaryeshu Sarvada Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayate Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayate Om Saishwaraya Vidmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Sairam, everybody. Sairam, nice to see all of you all here. And welcome to our very first online satsang session. Okay, so this is the first time we are doing an online satsang. All right, and most of you all will be wondering what is the difference between the satsang and study circle and everything. Well, what we aim to do in a satsang is we want to keep it more informal. We want to keep it, make it more interactive and almost like a conversation. All right. So there's nothing too formal. There's nothing too, there's no sections or separate question and answer section, nothing like that. We are all encouraged to share. We are all encouraged to speak. Whenever we have something to share, please feel free to unmute your microphone, or you can even send any messages in the chat box. But of course, there will be moderators. And for today's session, we have Sister Chandini and Sister Anushka to moderate the session. And a slight, just to let you all know that these satsangs will be taken up by the various wings in our center. And today, it will be the youth wing and the ladies wing. And both of these two departments of the center have been working very hard this whole week trying to get this session ready. And so today they are going to be sharing on Pongal, right? So we just had Pongal. In fact, it's still going on, right? We have many different days, different things we do on different days of Pongal. But why do we do them? Why do we set the earthen pot? Why do we put sugar canes? Why do we say Pongalo, Pongal? Just because everyone is saying Pongalo, Pongal, everyone is saying Pongalo, Pongalo, Pongal. But what are we saying? Why are we saying that, right? So for us to learn and for us to share, I'm not going to waste any more time. Let me just pass it straight on to Sister Anushka, who will take over. Sister Anushka or Sister Chandini, who's taking the session? Okay, Anushka will take over. Once Anushka takes over, I think the rest of us can just listen. Anushka will do a fantastic job. Okay, I'll leave it to both these wonderful ladies to take over the session today. Sairam, please enjoy the session.
Sairam everyone. We have just said, today's satsang is on Pongal. So it will be moderated by Anushka and myself, but everyone is free to share, talk, or butt in at any time. We won't take it to heart. The more you talk, the happier we will be, trust me. All right, so I will start first before Anushka. And then, it will be an interactive session. So like we said, please feel free to talk at any time. So we'll start off the session today by just very briefly introducing the different days of Pongal, just like a recap. I'm sure all of us actually already know this, and so I won't bore you too long with it, but just very quickly, what are the different days of Pongal. So on the first day, any guesses? What's it called?
Last day of Pongal, Kanni Pongal.
First day?
First day is Bogi.
Bogi. Okay, right. So first day is Bogi. In some cultures, they call it Lohri, I think, in like Punjab and, different parts of North India. All right. And Bogi is basically the first day of Pongal celebrations, right? We discard old belongings and generally, we start having new possessions like new clothes or things like that. And it's very common to have like a big bonfire where all these old things which are no longer going to be useful, it's actually put into the bonfire and it's burnt. Okay, houses are cleaned up to signify the beginning of the celebration. So they clean it, they paint, they decorate it, they make it look very, very beautiful. All right, horns of oxen and buffaloes are painted in villages. New clothes are worn, again to symbolize the start of the celebration. And the main deity of the day that we celebrate is actually Lord Indra, the god of rains. Now, anyone want to guess why do you have to start off the whole celebration and the main deity for the first day is Lord Indra? Anybody want to guess? Lord Indra is what god? Oh, the answer is actually on the slide, but yeah.
Sairam Tandini.
Sairam auntie.
Because Lord Indra is the Lord of rain, so you provide rain for farmers.
Yes, auntie, exactly. So it's because Lord Indra is the god of rains, and without rain, there cannot be any crops, there cannot be any harvest, and if there's no harvest, there's no Pongal. And generally, if there's no harvest, there's also no food, right? So that's why the first day we thank Lord Indra and show gratitude to him for, the rain that he has given in the year, and also hopeful and praying to him for more rain in the coming years so that we have more harvest. So first day, that's done. Now, second day is called?
I have a question.
Oh, you're so fast got question.
Yes. Why do we attempt to light a bonfire and burn all the things that we don't know? What is the significance of that?
Right. So I think my opinion, I think anybody is free to add on. I believe that there's two significance here now because Pongal or Makara Sankranti is the beginning of a new year. We're entering into the first month of a new year, kind of something like that. So we want to discard everything that's old and no longer useful, and we want to start afresh. So whatever that's not needed and not useful anymore, that has been used completely, we discard it. Now, if we look at that in a more symbolic, in terms of spiritual aspect, it could also mean that when we have, certain negative qualities in us that we want to discard, this is probably a good time to actually start. So you discard one, you can choose one or more. We start with one. Discard something that you do not want. So it's a symbolism where you put it in the fire and burn it off, and then you start afresh, right? So that's just my opinion. Anybody wants to add on? Anushka? Auntie Tana?
Okay. Sairam.
Auntie.
நான் தமிழ்லயே பேசுறேன். இப்ப சாந்தினி சொன்ன மாதிரி போகி அவங்க என்ன சொன்னாங்க, அந்த காலத்துல அந்த துணி எல்லாம் எரிப்பாங்க அப்படின்னு சொன்னாங்க. இப்ப நான் பார்த்த வரைக்கும் என்னன்னாக்கா, அந்த காலத்துல நீங்க பாத்தீங்களாக்கா ஒரு 2-3 துணி தான் இருக்கும். அவங்க அந்த காலத்துல அந்த பிளாஸ்டிக் எல்லாம் யூஸ் பண்ணிருக்க மாட்டாங்க. மண்ணு சட்டி, அப்புறம் அந்த மண்ணால ஆன பொருள் அப்படிதான் யூஸ் பண்ணிருப்பாங்க. அப்ப அவங்களுக்கு அன்னைக்கு என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னாக்கா, மார்கழி மாசம் பாத்தீங்களா, ஒண்ணு கோல்டா இருக்கும், இன்னொன்னு மழை பெஞ்சிருக்கும். அப்ப அவங்களுக்கு வேண்டாத பொருளை எரிக்கும் போது அந்த மண்ணு சூடாயிரும். அப்ப அங்க மறுநாள் தை பொங்கல் செய்யும் போதே சேறு இருக்காது. அப்ப நார்மலா செய்யலாம். இன்னொன்னு அந்த எரிச்ச சாம்பல் என்ன செய்வாங்க, அது போய் அந்த சாவாப்படியில வீசிடுவாங்க. அப்ப அந்த வீசும்போது அங்கேயும் அது பாஜாவா ஆயிரும். அது ஒரு கூறும் இருக்குது. சரிம்மா.
Thank you, auntie.
I think what Amma is saying, I think now it's not practical for us to burn since we use plastics and all. So there's this
more pollution.
More pollution. Yeah. And anyone else want to add?
Good
I
point.
think,
Very
I
nice
think,
explanation, Auntie Tana.
Yes, Harvin.
yeah, I think could be like because it's a harvest festival, right? So when they
Mm-hmm.
harvest all this paddy, rice, and all that, that hampas will be there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Could be those time. Maybe it's a way of them disposing all the hampas and all. Usually, farmers will burn the hampas and then put it as baja. That's what Auntie said.
Correct. Yes, as Auntie said. Yep, brilliant. Thank you so much, Auntie and Harvin, for sharing. Okay, so I move on to the next one. So the second day of Pongal, quickly, anybody want to guess before the slide comes? Slide came.
Oh, it's like too late.
Wrong slide,
Really?
wrong slide.
Wrong
Slide.
slide. Previous slide. Okay, so the second day of Pongal is called Surya Pongal, or actually very commonly we also call it Thai Pongal, which is actually in
Sorry.
huh?
Not Thailand, Thai ka. Thai.
Thai Pongal, like Thai Masam, Thai Pongal. I hope I'm saying this right. Okay, so Surya Pongal is the second day, and it's dedicated to the sun god. Okay, so earlier we prayed to Lord Indra. Now on the second day we are praying to Lord Surya, the sun god. And actually, very interesting fact about Pongal. I don't know if many of us, I just learned this when I was actually reading up about Pongal. Most of our Hindu festivals, right, are actually based on the moon. Right, we look at the moon and we decide a lot of festivals in our culture. But Pongal is decided based on the sun. All right, and I was just listening. I don't know how many of you tuned into the talk by Professor Anil Kumar yesterday, and he says that the sun actually represents intelligence, if I'm not mistaken, and because on Sankranti the sun is actually moving towards the north, right? So it's trying to signify to us that we should dwell more on our intelligence and enlighten that more. So that's like the spiritual part of it, but that is the main reason why it's actually related to the god of sun, Surya. And secondly, obviously, again coming back to the first point, if there is no sun, then there's going to be no farming and no harvesting, and therefore no food and no celebration of Pongal. So again, we are thanking the Lord of the sun god, Lord Surya, and thanking him for all the sun and all the means of actually allowing the harvest to actually happen. All right. And actually on this day is when the celebrations actually begin. So that's why you even see, like for us, right, when we celebrate it here, yesterday, which was Surya Pongal or Thai Pongal, is actually the day where we did all the, the celebration of making the Pongal itself. All right. It's also the first day of the Tamil month, Thai Masam. All right, and then like I said, the granaries are full because they have done all the harvesting, the sun shines brightly. It's generally a very happy and joyous occasion, especially in the villages in India where there are a lot of farmers. All right, any questions here before we move on to the third day?
I just want to add something.
Yes.
I think this is a very good opportunity for us to be grateful for the amount of sun that we actually get in our country, because we are able to do a lot of farming, and we are able to produce a lot of crops. Not only our country, India, and all that, because there's a lot of sun, right? And other places on the other side of the world, they don't get as much sun, and therefore they don't produce much crops, right? So I think this is an opportunity for us to be grateful to the sun god Surya for giving us as much sun as we get in this part of the world.
Yes, definitely. I think we take it for granted because we get too much of it. So we complain it's hot. But I mean, personal experience, I remember when I was studying 3.5 years overseas, and in the winter months when you only have like about less than half a day of sun, it gets to be quite depressing. So I think, a lot of us have to be very grateful for the amount of sun that we have. All right. Okay, so I'll pass it on to Anushka now for the next day of Pongal.
Sairam. So I'll continue the third day of Pongal. Next. Okay. So the third day of Pongal is my favorite Pongal. It's known as Matu Pongal. So here, as usual, we all know it's the day where we dedicate it to the cow and the cattle, the farm animals, and etc. So here, I would like to tell a small story, a legend, a story. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's fun, it's interesting, it's cute. So what happened was, when Lord Shiva, he gave Basava her task. So then he told Basawa, like, you go to the earth and then you tell the people in the earth, make sure they take oil bath and every day. They put oil and they take shower every day, and they eat once a month. Okay, so in that month, every day you take oil bath and you eat one. Basawa is Nandi and then Nandi. Sorry, cow Nandi. Okay, so
We learned a new name today.
he got a cute name. Okay, anyway. So yeah, so what happened was Basawa came to earth. He's as confused as me. So he came and he terbalikkan. He told the people, eat every day, once a month, take put oil and take a bath. So you do oil bath once a month. So I am eternally grateful to Nandi for encouraging me to eat every day. But then
culprit.
So what happened was, when he went back, Shiva wasn't as happy as I am. So what happened was, Shiva cursed Nandi and said, "Ana curse lah, maybe banish the better one, banished Nandi and Basawa or cow to earth and say, you go and work for them because they have to eat every day. So now you go and work for them." Thus, it is said that cow came to earth. I mean, Nandi came to earth in the form of cow, and then it plows the field, gives milk to us and everything. And once a month, when we are having oil and showering, but Nandi is shown our gratitude. So this is a cute story. And next, that is for third day. Oh no, before going next, anyone else would like to add on the Matu Pongal?
So I presume that this is not really is it celebrated here in our country as much as in India, maybe? Because we don't see martyrs in the street.
Hello, Sairam. Actually, it's Matu Pongal is already remind me on my childhood, because last time we have cows, so many cows, and then when Matu Pongal, we decorate put male and then paint the horns and then put ankles like that. So when they are, and then the food also we are give the like the put powder and then the thinner, I forgot full like thing. That's a very nice for the cow lah. So when they are after they are coming from sent to the to have their so many cows actually in my village. So when they came together, it's very nice to see all of them. It's very really I really miss this one all. Okay, thank you, Sairam.
Yeah, so I think if we see in Google and all, we can see like in India they celebrate the Jallikattu. Then we see the cows are decorated like you know in the slides. Like it's very beautifully celebrated. In Malaysia, so far I have not lived enough to see it. Baru I young, still young.
Yeah, I think I just want to add on a little bit. So I think the bull, right, like Nandi in this case, it actually signifies concentration. So if we look at Nandi, his focus is actually always on Shiva. So even if you see like the position of Nandi, right, he always looks towards Shiva. So I think that is a quality of Nandi that we should try to incorporate. So like, you know, when we celebrate Matu Pongal, we should remind ourselves that we need to try to develop that kind of focus and concentration on the Lord. So not get too distracted or deviated by all the worldly things. Second thing is also the cows, right? The one thing that comes to our mind, I think when we see cows or, you know, we think of cows, especially in our culture, is the fact of sacrifice, right? They give up so much for mankind. Like, you know, they give us milk, they help us do all the farming and plowing of the land. So we have a lot to be grateful to them actually. And I think these are the two things that come to mind when we actually talk about bulls or cow. That's just an additional point.
I think anyone else would like to add besides myself and Akka? Okay, then later you've got means you all can always just in the chat box or can, you know, unmute and please do share. So we move on to the next. The next is Kanun Pongal. My technical team is a bit okay. Okay, next is Kanun Pongal. So this is the 4th day, and usually we end the celebration with Kanum Pongal. So Kanum Pongal, actually Kanum means like I say, it's to visit. So that's where all the family they gather, you know, that's like a holiday festival for them. All the while they have been working, it has been rainy season. So on that day, they get to see their family members. So earlier I was asked, isn't it called Kanni Pongal? So interestingly, it is all, even myself, all this while I thought it was Kanni Pongal until Harbin Anna told me there's form Kanum Pongal. So I was like, oh, okay, there's another, it's actually Kanum Pongal. So why the name Kanni Pongal derived? Okay, so what happened is, so now like I mentioned earlier, so there was like, you know, this rainy season and all, so people were inside the house, they don't visit their family members and all. So on this day when the relatives come over and all, they not only get to visit the relatives, they also get to see which girl is available for marriage, and you know, they get to see, oh, there's this girl, they get to see the future prospect, and then even the men that come, the family that come, they'll know that, oh, you are looking for bride and etc. So on this day, so in a way like when the young girls who are ready to get married, if they do the pongal, so it's like a cue, like a sign to the relatives, hey, I have a girl here and I'm ready to give her hand, to get her married. So if you have anyone, you can, those days, like we don't have now, we have matrimonial site, we have WhatsApp, we have friends and all. So those days, this was the way. So that is why it is also known as Kanni Pongal, where the girls who are ready to get married do Pongal on this day to kind of, to share it to the family members saying that I have a girl who's ready to get married. So that's one thing. But mainly, if you look at India and amongst my mom say like during the family days, it is mainly meant for the relatives to come together and celebrate the Pongal. So anyone else want to add on this? Okay, so here I don't know which, from the family of Mohan Ram, they have told you that Kanum Pongal is not a good day, it's a Karinal where they can't start any work. Sorry, Auntie. So Auntie said they normally have games on that day. That's very true, because like Auntie said, it was rain season, so they are supposed to already start work now since the sun is out. So maybe since on that day it's not auspicious, they would have games on that day so that the next day they can start the work. Thank you, Auntie. Anyone else? Okay, so I think that is all. So the beautiful part is when I approached Auntie Sudha, asking that, Auntie, can you talk about Pongal? Auntie asked me, I don't know what is Pongal. So I was a bit stunned. Then I realized that it's very different. Everyone has a different opinion. Different cultures have different, different word terms. Everyone in India have different. The beautiful thing is, it is not religious based. It's not like God based. It's nature based that all of us are able to celebrate. So whether, let's not, like earlier I told the Basa Anandi and Basava story. So even if you don't believe in it, it's okay, because Pongal is so beautiful that all we do is we are showing gratitude. So that is the beauty part of the celebration. So for that, we have very interesting, beautiful ladies of our center in our panel. So we have Auntie Sudha, Auntie Chitra, Auntie Dolly, and Auntie Tana. So we will be hearing from all of them. I would like to start off with Auntie Sudha. Auntie, when I say Pongal, you told me another word, Auntie. So can you tell, Auntie, how is it different?
In Kerala, we don't have Pongal. You know one thing? First time I'm seeing a Pongal and tasting a Pongal in Malaysia. So that one we did it in our center. So that is my Pongal experience in all through my life. So but in Kerala, we celebrate as a Makara Sankranti. Makara Sankranti means the sun is traveling towards Uttarayanam, that means northwards, north hemisphere, like that. So that is our my knowledge of Makara Sankranti. And also for Malayalis, this Makara Sankranti is very auspicious because this is the first day of the month Magara Masam. Okay, we call it Magara Masam. This is the first day of Magara Masam. That is why Magaram is very important for us. And Makara Sankranti day, we celebrate our Makara Sankranti in Sabrimala. You know, in Kerala, most of the houses, at least one member will go to Sabrimala. So To go to Sabrimala, they had to do sadhana, 41 days of Anushtana. That means sadhana. And they go to Sabrimala and they finish their sadhana on that day. So then that is also very auspicious. Whoever cannot go to Sabrimala, like ladies and other people, we'll go to temple. We are usually temple goers. So we'll go to temple and do prayers. And whoever cannot go to temple, we light up the lamp. The same time, the Magara Jodi appears. No, in Sabrimala, we have the Magara Jodi at the same time when the puja for Ayyappa at the 6:30 in the evening puja done, they open the doors and do the arati. That's the same time there is a Magara Jodi appears opposite side. That is called Pannambala Meda. So that is where the Jodi appears. And this Jodi is for us very auspicious significance, auspicious thing. So we all wait for the Magara Jodi to appear. And that's why we call Magara Velakku, Magara Jodi, all in that manner. So Kerala, this is how we celebrate our Magara Sankranti. Sankranti day, that's the thing, one day before Magara Sankranti, Ayyappa's, the jewelry comes from the palace, it goes to Sabrimala. They will take the jewelry to Sabrimala. They start the journey one day before the Sankranti and they reach Sabrimala on the day Sankranti and give the jewelry to the priest, and priest will put everything onto Ayyappa's, Lord Ayyappa's statue, and that is how we do the last arati, and that's the end of the sadhanas. So when anybody from the house goes to Sabrimala, the whole house will be observing the same sadhana. So most of the houses, the people are observing the 41 days of sadhanas. Is it okay?
Perfect, Auntie. I've never knew about this fasting and the sadhanas they do before they go Sabrimala.
Yes, 41 days.
Yeah, I think the only thing I knew...
It's a very severe sadhana, it's not like a fasting and all. It's very severe. Actually, when you do the proper sadhana, Anushthanam, is very severe to go to Sabrimala. So, and also, that the story about Bhishma, he fell on the battlefield in December, that means Margazhi month, and he waited to have waited for Makara Sankranti day to leave this earth. That auspicious is Makara Sankranti, the Surya, the sun's journey from Capricorn to north side.
Wow, Auntie. The only thing I knew was Makara Sankranti. After that, all the words are like a new learning for me. Thank you so much, Auntie.
This is how, because when you asked me to share the experience, I was quite surprised. I was thinking, oh my God, we don't have Pongal, we don't have extra celebrations, and we all wait for we'll do the sadhanas and wait for the Magara Jodi to appear, and we all will be very happy. Sometimes we light up with the light at the same time the Magara Jodi appears. So like that.
Auntie, Sarah, Auntie, Naveen
Yes.
here.
Yes, Naveen.
Auntie, I just want to ask you. I guess the equivalent of Pongal for Malayalis will be Onam, isn't it?
Yes, because that is our harvest festival.
Correct. So Onam is basically Pongal for Malayalis.
I have trained my husband well.
I can see that, Chandini, your influence.
Thank you, Auntie, for sharing.
Okay. Any questions? No.
All good.
Yeah, all good.
Well explained.
Okay. Thank you.
So here I would like to move on to Auntie Chitra. Sairam, Auntie.
Yeah, Sairam. Okay. First of all, మీ అందరికీ నా హృదయపూర్వమైన సంక్రాంతి శుభాకాంక్షలు. Happy Sankranti to all of you. Okay, thank you to invite me and give me chance to talk here. Okay, first of all, just now Auntie Sudha, she talked about Makara Sankranti, but this is totally different how we celebrate in Andhra Pradesh. And now in Malaysia also, we are celebrating in different way. We not exactly follow from India. Okay. The thing is, Makara Sankranti, we will celebrating for 3 days. That means first day will be for uh, um, Bogi Pandaga. We say that is Bogi festival. Second one we call Pedda Pandaga. Pedda Pandaga means big celebration. That is big festival. Okay. And then the third one is Kanuma. Kanuma is for farmers and whoever have the cow, all include together. So first thing I want to say something that the Bogi Pandaga, beginning of the celebration of the Bogi, the first beginning of the week, what we will do, that we are cleaning our house. How we do celebration for the Deepavali, right? We clean our house as usual, all the things we will clean and we will pick unwanted things, all collect and put it outside. But those times we will put it in the fire, but we will collect and throw it. But before this, the Bogi Pandaga is, we will throw all the things before the day because we are Telugus that we celebrate this Bogi. Also, one of the important things that early in the morning, we will put the unwanted things in the fire. After that, we will take the oil bath and put the nalugu, the turmeric, all the nalugu, all that, right? So we will apply and we will take bath because earlier we already cleaned the house, everything, and unwanted things we will throw, and then we will take the oil bath and take the nalugu. After that, we will start preparation for the next day. Start preparation means what we will do that for the prayers for the next day. So for the next day means the Pedda Pandaga. That means Makara Sankranti day, the second day one, Okay. So what we do here, for the cooking, and then this for the prayers in the altar, and what is that? Decoration, put the column in front of the house, all the things we will do the preparation for the next day. So in this thing, what is that? We will use the rice, we will use the dal for the make the sweets, all that. Something like the rice we will use for the pongal, and then we make the rice also. For from the dal, all variety different type of dal what we will use, we will make the arusulu, garulu, burulu, and then this what we call sweet garulu also we will, that is very special for our Telugus here. All this we will make and then we will offer here. And one more important thing that the second day we are preparing all the food in different varieties, and then we have the potatoes, different types. They will call the karnakalangu, semakalangu, so many sweet potato, everything we will combine. That is called the mixed vegetables. In Telugu we say what kalagantakora. So that is the special food in the Telugu dishes for the Pongal day, Sankranti day. Okay, so and very important that we will offer to our ancestors also. So on the Sankranti day, we will pray for our ancestors. That is the second day of the Sankranti. The third day is earlier I told that for the farmers. Okay, I forgot to inform that the Sankranti, the second day, just now we will offer to the Surya Deva. We will offer to the Surya Deva. Makara Sankranti, another one is because of the Surya Deva in the Uttaraya. So we are in the far from him, so we will always need his bless for us. That is the reason that whatever our festival day that we are thank to him and we are pray for him. Okay, that is the second one. And then the third one for the farmers, I told that it's very special for the farmers. They will pray for the soil, rain and also fire. It's very, very important for the farmers. Okay, so far that is the thing from my understanding how we celebrate. Okay, thank you.
Auntie, I think you just made everybody very hungry.
Incredible, Auntie, incredible.
I told you, Auntie, I was grateful to Nandi. Now I know why. So, Auntie was very nice. I mean, yeah, if anyone has further questions, I'm already like in the food coma. If anyone has further questions, anything to add, please do feel free to use our chat box.
I
Akka want to
have
add
a
something.
small question actually, not I just, Auntie, you were saying something about some Lulu, some words, some 3-4 words.
Dalam
you said.
Darulu.
Okay, that one is garlu, gurulu.
Ah,
Yeah, all these we are made from the rice flour.
okay, all
And
right.
gurlu, sweet garlu, all we are made from the dal. Also from the farmer we are getting, right? So we
Yes.
send to them and we make all the things and we are cooking for our family.
Yeah, all these are traditional sweets, basically.
Yes,
Different sweet
Arvin
items.
add lah nicely.
So I
Not a
think the
fan.
better way to explain Anne is to give me and Chandini Akka.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Chitra, I also had a Kalkora from Sister Sundari.
Anne! So then.
MCU.
I'm happy. I'm very happy for that.
It's so amazing to see how it different cultures, but we all celebrate it in different ways, so diverse, and it's such an amazing thing to see that ultimately we are all showing gratitude, but we all celebrate it in different ways, which is so nice to hear.
I have one more question. Sorry. Auntie, I want to know, do you like mix cow dung in the kolam? Because I heard it somewhere, I can't remember where exactly. But some people say that they mix, I don't know, cow dung or cow urine in the pongal pula, in the kolam. Just to like, apparently to like make infections or like any insects to go away. Is that true? Anybody want to share? I don't know, Auntie Chitra or anyone else.
Cow dung is very medicated thing, you know. It will chase away all the viruses and all that. So those days people used to, apply on the houses and all that, you know. They wanted no sickness to come in. So cow dung is very useful thing. Cow is 100% useful from head to toe is useful.
Yeah.
So Auntie Tana would like to add something.
வந்து ஒரு கதை தான் சொல்ல போறேன். என்ன கதைன்னா, அந்த தமிழர்கள் வந்து அந்த காலத்துல தை மாசம் பொறுக்கிறதுக்கு முன்னுக்கே 1 மாசத்துக்கு முன்னுக்கே வந்து ரெடி ஆயிருவாங்க. ஏன்னா தை மாசம்னாக்க ஹாப்பியான மாசம்ல, தை பிறந்தால் வழி பிறக்கும். அதுக்கு மார்கழி மாசமே அவங்க என்ன செஞ்சிருவாங்கனாக்கா, அதான் குளிர்காலம், மழை வரும்ல, வெளியில ஆக்டிவிட்டி எல்லாம் போக முடியாது. ஏர்லியா எழுஞ்சுக்குவாங்க. யாருனாக்கா இந்த லேடிஸ்லாம் ஏர்லியா எழுஞ்சிட்டு கோலம் போடுவாங்க. கோலம் போடும்போது நம்ம என்ன செய்வோம், இப்பெல்லாம் வந்து பிள்ளையார் பிடிச்சு வைப்போம், மஞ்சளும் அருகம்புல்லும் வச்சு வைப்போம். ஆனா அந்த காலத்துல என்ன செஞ்சிருக்காங்க, மாட்டோட சாணியில வந்து அந்த பிள்ளையார் பிடிச்சு வைப்பாங்க. அப்போ நெக்ஸ்ட் டே வரதுக்குள்ள அதை கிளீன் பண்ணணும். அந்த சாணி அவங்க என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னா சாவாப்படியில வீசிடுவாங்க. ஏன்னா அவங்க வீடெல்லாம் கிட்ட கிட்ட தானே இருக்கும். சில பேர் என்ன செய்வாங்க, அந்த சாவாப்படியில சின்ன அல்லூர் ஓடும், அது சின்ன ரீவரு, அதுல போட்டுருவாங்க. அப்ப அந்த 1 மாசம் முழுசும் அதுல போட 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 அது என்ன ஆகும், சாவாப்படி சுபராயிரும். அப்ப தை மாசம் பிறந்த உடனே அவங்க என்ன செய்வாங்க, நெல்லு நடுவாங்க. நெல்லு நடும்போது என்ன ஆகுனாக்கா, அந்த நெல்லு செடி வந்து தளன்னு அழகா வந்துடும். ஏன்னா அங்க பாஜா இருக்குங்களா, அந்த 1 மாசம் போட்டாங்கல்ல. அப்புறம் அது மட்டும் இல்லாம அந்த சாவாப்படிக்கு தண்ணி எடுத்து ஊத்தும் போது என்ன நடக்கும்னாக்கா, அந்த அல்லூர் தண்ணி எடுத்து ஊத்துவாங்க. அந்த அல்லூர் தண்ணி என்னது, சாணம் போட்டாங்களா இல்லையா, அதுவும் பாஜா தாங்க. அப்ப ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா நீங்க பாத்தீங்களா, நம்ம கல்ச்சர்ஸ் சொல்றோம், அந்த சயின்ஸும் அங்க வந்து சேர்ந்து, அந்த காலத்துல ரொம்ப படிச்சவங்கல்ல, அதுவும் வந்து சேர்ந்து நெல்லு நல்லா வரதுக்கு, ஏன்னா அவங்களோட எக்கானமியா அதுதான். அப்ப அந்த நெல்லு நல்லா வரதுக்கு ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா அந்த சாணத்துல பிள்ளையார் பிடிச்சு வச்சாங்க அப்படின்னு ஒரு கதை இருக்கு. சைரா.
Very nice, Auntie. Very, very nice. Okay. Anushka, want to continue?
processing. So I think next we have someone very special, very, very special. Auntie Dolly, Auntie.
Before that, I would like to ask Anushka, why am I so special?
You're my favorite auntie. Can I tell everyone?
Okay. Now, mine was something on olden times. Okay. If you ask me, during olden times, people actually celebrated Pongal. It's actually a festival of thanksgiving to the sun god. They celebrated this Pongal during the olden times with very basic needs, very, very basic needs. They had the earthen pot those days, and of course they still use it now in some homes. And then they had this firewood. They use firewood to start the fire to make the Pongal. And then they had this sugar cane tied and all this. And of course all these are still now, at this present days also, we still use the sugar cane and the earthen pots and firewood. I would say it's quite difficult to get it, because those days the availability was there. So now they don't have it and all this. And but then when you go to these villages and estates, you can still see many people there still using the same old method, of celebrating Pongal in this way. It was not only the olden days, but even now in estates and villages where a lot of Indians stay. And then the ingredients they use to make the Pongal rice is the same, in fact. But I don't know whether those days they used cashew nuts and raisins or not. But cow's milk was a must because of the availability, because they had farms and cows were plenty and they could get a lot of cow's milk. Nowadays, this modern mothers, I would say, prefer to go for this packet branded milk. Cow's milk is hardly used, but actually, if you want to make Pongal, you have to use cow's milk. That's a good way. That's a good omen to do, because you are also praying gratitude. At the following days, Matu Pongal, and you're paying gratitude to the cows. They give you the milk. But the whole concept of this Pongal celebrated in the olden days is the togetherness. That was the most beautiful part of Pongal those days. Everybody got together. Every faith, whether you're a Malay, whether you're a Chinese or a Christian, they all got together and celebrate Pongal. It was so fun, full of merrymaking. Everybody was enjoying, the food. They were equally praying with the folks there, to the sun god and all that. The togetherness was there. And in olden times, agriculture was their major activity. So everyone had their own plot of land where they could grow their own vegetables, planted a lot of trees like coconut trees, banana trees, mango trees. All this was for use for them, for their own consumption. Of course, they did sell it out to the outsiders as a needs of mean, for their own offsprings and all that. But then the whole concept of Pongal, those olden days, was they lived harmoniously, they lived peacefully, they were together, and they did everything together. So that's why when this Pongal comes for them, it's a very, very auspicious time. They really celebrate it so well, and they really pray so hard to the sun god, because they want a bountiful year for many more years to come, their crops to grow and all this kind of thing. So they lived a very peaceful life those days, this olden people those days. Of course, the method they used those days and now, there's not much of a difference. Certain things, of course, because you can't get it, of course, you use an alternative. But the way they lived together so peacefully, so harmoniously, that was the most beautiful part of the people in the olden days. Thank you, Sairam.
So lovely, Auntie. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Yes, Auntie. I suddenly became silent really listening to Auntie. It's so sweet and nice. And Akka?
Yeah.
Did you say something, Akka?
Yeah, thanks. No, I was just going to say thanks, Auntie. I think like many people have actually put in the chat, it's such a more simpler way of celebrating, but so much more peaceful, times where people were so united and truly genuinely united. It was not like forced to take part in celebrations together, but they just willingly wanted to do it together as a community. And I think that's the main essence of this kind of celebrations. It's to bring people together, and that bond and that love and that friendship, that's what we actually want to derive from this whole celebration of Pongal. Thank you, Auntie, so much for sharing. You are very special because the more experience we have in life, the more special everyone becomes. So that's why, Auntie, you're special. Thank you for sharing, Auntie.
There's one fun fact, Akka, by Amma.
Yes, Auntie.
Sorry, by Auntie Tana.
Okay, Sairama.
Sairam.
நான் ஒண்ணுதான் ஆட் பண்ண விரும்புறேன். இப்ப தமிழ்ல வந்து அந்த பொங்கல்னா தமிழ் வார்த்தை. அந்த பொங்கல் அர்த்தம் வந்து என்னன்னாக்கா, அந்த பானையில வந்து பால் ஊத்தி அது மேல பொங்கி வெளியே வரும்போது நம்ம என்ன சொல்றோம்னா பொங்கலோ பொங்கல்னு சொல்றோம். அந்த பொங்கி வர்றதுதான் பொங்கல். அப்புறம் தான் நம்ம என்ன செய்யறோம், ஆட் பண்றோம். என்ன பண்றோம், ரைஸ் ஆட் பண்ணி அது ஒரு ஸ்வீட் சாப்பாடா உண்டாக்கணும்னா பொங்கல் சாதம்னு சொல்றோம். அப்ப அந்த பொங்கலோட அர்த்தமே வந்து என்னன்னா, அந்த பால் பொங்கி ஊத்துது தெரியுங்களா, ஹாப்பினஸ் கொடுக்குதுல, அதுதான் பொங்கல் அப்படின்னு கத்துக்கிறது பொங்கல் அப்படின்னு நம்ம தமிழ்ல அந்த மீனிங் வருதுமா.
Thank you, Auntie, for sharing. I think that also answers Navin's question earlier, right? Like, why do we actually say Pongalo, Pongal? I think Auntie has very beautifully explained it here. Thank you, Auntie. Romba nandri. Okay, so shall we then move on to the next question that we want to ask? Again, everybody, please feel free to share. We have designated a few like panel speakers as you have already seen, but that is just to get the discussion going. Anybody wants to add on anytime, anywhere, please feel free. This is a satsang. It's not a discourse, or it's not a study circle. So please feel free to talk whenever you want to. All right. Okay, so now a question that comes in my mind, right? So Harvin sent out the Pongal celebration the flyer, the Pongal information flyer, and at the bottom there was written like the timing, like Pongal timing, right? So I just wonder, is it important that we actually cook the Pongal at that specific suggested timing? And if yes, then why? Like maybe Auntie Dolly, you want to share, Auntie? Oh, sorry, Auntie Chitra. Sorry, forgive me. Auntie Chitra? Auntie?
Okay, Sairam again.
Sairam, Auntie.
Okay, for these questions, normally, if you ask me the time means exactly, I will follow the time. Okay, the reason that I will follow the time, normally they will give the two time, one is morning, another one is in the evening, as to prepare. So myself, I always prefer morning time. So only the time that they are giving for boil their milk and the pongal, just now Auntie Tana said pongal will come out, right? The boiled one will come out, isn't it? Okay, so that time only, for that things only I will use the time. Other than that, like cooking, preparations, all, I will use the different things, because earlier when I talked, I told that we will pray for the ancestor, right? So what we do, we will start cooking first, because one day before we will prepare everything for the Sankranti day, and then the morning we will start like 5-6 o'clock, we will start our cooking, and then the time for the Pongal only, boil the milk only, we will use the time. So I want to use the time, because I feel that whenever they're giving the time, we feel whatever you are doing, something like a click in our mind, it is positive energy. So whenever we pray, also we are doing the yagam or homam, anything, priest will give that time, is it? So we will use the good time when we're supposed to do these things. Okay, so exactly for this thing or prayers, we will use like morning, evening. We won't go and pray in any time, right? Only we prefer like morning prayers, evening prayers, like that, isn't it? So that we are in our Indian culture also, we don't follow like afternoon, anytime we free, we go and pray like that. So it's not like something like not in discipline, no principle there. So I feel that timing is very important for me. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Auntie, for
Just
sharing.
now the cow dung, they're telling about the cow dung, right?
Yes, Auntie.
Yeah, the Auntie Dolly said the olden time we are using the cow dung, and then my place, like those time, my grandmother's place, what we do, we are staying in the estate. So every day, like like Margali month, they will put the mix with the water. I mean, the cow dung, they will mix together with water and they will put it in front of the house. Last time we don't have tiles, cement, or that, only the soil. So what they will do, they will put there and make it dry. On top, they will give make the column. And the column we don't do in colorful rangoli or they use the rice flour and the powder type and use for that. The reason is the ants will come and eat. That is the reason. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Auntie. I think again, it comes back to the point that Auntie Tana mentioned earlier, right? That everything, there is a scientific reason actually behind it. Like, the fact that we are putting the cow dung is to, remove any kind of infections. And then the pure arisi itself, the rice itself in the column, right? So that the ants can actually come and eat. It's not being wasted. Nowadays, we use all this chemical version la, colorful version la. I don't think the ants also will want to go. They'll probably get scared and run away, right? But I mean, these are just like the reasons and the significance and the science behind whatever we actually do in our Sanatana Dharma, which is a very beautiful, meaning to everything. Anybody else wants to add on anything about the timing of, when we do the Pongal and the suggested timing? Anybody?
டைமிங் பார்த்தேன்னாக்கா இந்தியாவில் வந்து பொங்கல்னா ஹாலிடே. அப்ப அவங்க வந்து நான் நினைக்கிறேன் டைமிங் வந்து ஃபாலோ பண்ண முடியும், மார்னிங்கே செஞ்சிருவாங்க. இப்ப மலேசியா பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் வந்து ஹாலிடே இல்ல பொங்கலுக்கு. அப்ப நம்ம என்ன செய்வோம், ஸ்கூல் ஹாலிடேனாக்கா காலையில செய்வேன் நானு, அப்படி வேலைனாக்கா சாயந்தரம் செய்வேன். அந்த டைம் ஏன்னா இப்பதான் வந்து 2 நேரம் கொடுக்குறாங்களா, காலையில ஒரு டைம், ஆஃப்டர்நூன் ஒரு டைம் கொடுக்குறாங்க. அப்ப நான் இப்படி சூஸ் பண்ணிட்டு செய்வேம்மா. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, Auntie. So yeah,
Pongal and fine.
Correct, me too. As long as there's sweet, nice, yummy Pongal to eat. Yeah, anybody else wants to add on anything like relating to the timing of, the suggested timing, why, or any significance in your culture or your understanding before we move on to the next point that we want to discuss? Anybody? Nobody. Later, maybe I'll randomly pick some names lah.
No, Akka, they're still thinking, Akka. They're thinking.
Okay, no problem. Anytime you can share. Okay, Anushka, you want to go on to the next question?
Oh yeah. So the next question, Auntie Dolly. Auntie, when you do Pongal, you do it inside the house or outside the house, Auntie? Auntie Dolly? Kiddhar hai? Okay.
Actually, if you ask me, I normally do it inside the house. What I do is, okay, I always have one special pot for Pongal. Okay, so I take it out, I wash it, and then I place some saffron and kungumam around the pot. Then when I leave it on the pot, and then normally, because I stay with my eldest daughter, so I'll tell her that you should come and pour the milk. So then both of us will pour the milk, and then we wait for the milk to boil, and then all the others will be standing around us, and especially the small ones. Oh, when it's going to boil, when we must shout Pongalo, Pongal, when I say wait. And then after, when it, it really overflows, and then we all, we shout Pongalo, Pongal. And then of course, after that, the rice goes in, the brown sugar goes in, and lots of cashew nuts, raisins, and all fried in ghee and everything. And this. And then what I normally do is I take it out, and we normally pray to the sun. You know, we thank the sun God for giving us. So, I mean, a very good and blessed life, you know, that's most important, a blessed life and a more blessed life to come, you know, and this, all of us say our mantras, arati is done. And it's a very, very simple occasion, and we do it in a very simple way, but I would say with lots of deep meaning in it, meaning in the sense that the way we show gratitude to the sun, because, you know, without the sun, we can't do anything if it doesn't shine in the morning. And even on this particular Pongal day, so the sun was just peeping from the clouds. We really didn't get a full show of the sun, you know, with glowing at us and all that. So how important sun is, we have to tell our children, the smaller ones, you know, that the sun God is so important. So that's how I do it, like, and I've been doing it from the time I was young, how my mother used to do and all that. But the most important thing is, they say it must overflow. The milk must overflow, and if they say it must flow in one direction, it shouldn't go to another direction. But I think I don't have much belief in all that. Everything is, you know, if you're in a spiritual line, Swami is there, he will take care of everything. Thank you, Sairam.
Thank you, Auntie. Thank you for sharing. I think very, very true. I mean, eventually the main point is how we do it and the sincerity that we do it with, right? We shouldn't be too caught up with all the nitty-gritty. The point is the intention and the feeling that we have in our heart that when we actually do the celebration. Yeah, anybody else want to add on anything about inside the house, outside the house? I did inside the house. Outside.
Neither inside.
Yeah. I think like maybe just the thought that comes to my head, like because Pongal, right, is generally celebrated in the villages, you know, by the farmers. Maybe they generally do it outside the house because, you know, as a community, everybody comes together and, you know, they want to be, it's a celebration, right? So they all want to come together and it's a community kind of a celebration. So maybe that's why they do it outside the house, you know, like everybody can take part together. And also maybe those days, I don't know, in the villages, maybe it's not so safe to do it inside. I think if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, those days even general cooking is actually done outside the house. We don't really do it inside the house. So in that context, I think that's why the general tradition or the way it's celebrated is to be done outside the house. But, you know, in today's times, it can be tweaked here and there, like Auntie Dolly said, right? It has to be a bit practical. So, okay. Then, next question. Anybody want to add anything before next question? Okay. Anything? No. All right. Okay. So next question.
Chandani.
Yes, Auntie.
Sorry, ma. Just about this doing Pongal in the house or outside the house. Why those days they do it outside is because for them it's the significance of doing it out is because they are praying to the sun. They show gratitude to the sun. So I feel they all do it out, you know. So as they are doing it, they are also looking up at the sun and paying gratitude to the sun, you see. So I feel that is the best. I mean, that for them is that's a way they get the blessings from the sun, because all these years they were growing their own crops and a lot of as farmers and all that. So on this particular day, they pay a lot of gratitude to the sun god. That's why they call it a Thanksgiving festival.
Correct. Correct, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie. Yes, Auntie. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Thank you, Auntie, for sharing.
Chichi?
Yes, Vijay. Sairam.
Sairam, I have a general question.
General, come ready. General, tell General.
Why then? Okay, so we understand about the Pongal and, you know, for the sun and everything. So, but then always in the center also we celebrate, or even we see in the, you know, major celebration throughout the nationwide. Then why do they put sugarcane, you know, on top of the Pongal? So what is the sugarcane significance in Pongal?
You are one step advanced already, Vijay. Okay, Anushka will answer your
coming up. The answers are coming up in the next question, Vijay.
The next question. Okay, next question, Vijay. Just hang in there. Okay, the answer is coming. All right. Okay. So the next question, actually, okay, just like what am I talking? Continuing from Vijay's question. So what I'm just going to ask everybody, in general, like aunties that we've been speaking to, and everybody in the call generally. So what are some of the preparations that we make actually before Pongal, and why do we do this? So now, like one example, as Vijay said, right, sugarcane. Why do we actually put sugarcane, or any of the other things that we actually do in preparation for Pongal? Auntie Tanna, maybe you want to start off, Auntie, like explain why do we actually do this kind of preparations, Auntie?
Okay. நான் சைராம்மா, தேங்க்யூ.
Sairam.
ஓகே, நான் வந்து இந்த வருஷம் செஞ்ச ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் மட்டும் சொல்றேம்மா. இப்ப நம்ம வந்து கோவிட்னால வந்து எல்லாம் ஹாலிடேல வீட்டுல தான் இருந்தோம். அப்போ ஒரு வாரத்துக்கு முன்னுக்கு நான் என்ன செஞ்சேன், வீடெல்லாம் எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து கிளீன் பண்ண ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். வேண்டாதெல்லாம் நான் எரிக்கல போகி பண்டிகையில, அது இந்தியால எரிப்பாங்க. இப்ப வந்து நீங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஏர் பொல்யூஷன் ஆயிரும். அப்ப கட்டி குப்பையில போட்டாச்சு. அப்ப ஒரு 2-3 டேஸ் தை மாசம் பொங்கலுக்கு முன்னுக்கு நாங்க என்ன செஞ்சோம், ஒரு லிஸ்ட் எல்லாரும் ஃபேமிலியா உட்காந்து லிஸ்ட் போட்டோம், என்னென்ன வாங்கணும் போனோம் அப்படின்னு. அப்ப எங்க பாஸ் போய் அந்த 2 லிஸ்ட் போட்டோன்னே போய் வாங்கிட்டாரு.
Boss means அப்பா.
ஓகே, எங்க வீட்டு பாஸ். அப்ப நம்ம பார்த்தோமாக்கா, அப்ப அவரு வந்து தெங்கு கல்யாணம் எல்லாம் வாங்கிட்டாரு. ஏன்னா தெங்கு கல்யாணம் A to Z எல்லா திங்ஸும் கிடைக்கும். அப்ப போகி பண்டிகை அன்னைக்கு தை மாதம் முதல் நாள் நம்ம என்ன செஞ்சோம்னாக்கா, கரும்பு கட்டணும். கரும்பு வாங்கிட்டு வந்தோம், கரும்பும் தோரணமும். மாவில வந்து அதாவது மேங்கோ லீஃப் வந்து நான் நேபர்கிட்ட கேட்டு வாங்கிக்கிட்டேன். இன்னொன்னு நான் செஞ்சேன், மஞ்சள் இஞ்சி செடி அது நான் நட்டு வச்சிருக்கேன், அதையும் எடுத்து வச்சுக்கிட்டேன். இப்ப நாங்க பாத்தீங்கன்னாக்கா, வாசல் முன்னுக்கு தோரணம் எல்லாரும் ஃபேமிலி எல்லாரும் சேர்ந்து செஞ்சோம். தோரணம் கட்டியாச்சு, மாவில கட்டியாச்சு. அது எல்லாத்துக்கும் தெரியும் ஏன் கட்டுறோம்னு சொல்லிட்டு. அப்ப கரும்பு வந்து இப்ப நீங்க கேட்டீங்க, இப்ப கரும்பு எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு நான் என்னன்னாக்கா, அது ஸ்வீட் கொடுக்குதுன்னா, இன்னொன்னு அது கட்டிட்டு அந்த அது மட்டும் இல்ல, காமாட்சி அம்மன் படத்துலயும் நீங்க பாத்தீங்களா அந்த கரும்பு இருக்கும். அது மட்டும் இல்ல, காவடி எடுக்கும்போது முந்திலாம் வந்து கரும்பு தான் காவடி எடுப்பாங்க. அது மட்டும் இல்ல, பேபி வேண்டுருங்க, வேண்டிக்கிட்டு அந்த பேபிய வந்து என்ன செய்வாங்கன்னா, அந்த கரும்புல கட்டி தான் கோயிலுக்கு கொண்டுட்டு போவாங்க. இப்படி எல்லாம் பாவிச்சிருக்காங்க. ஏன்னா வாழை மரத்துக்கு அடுத்து கரும்பும் வந்து நம்மளோட இதுல வந்து மங்களகரமான ஒரு பொருள். இன்னொன்னு நீங்க பாத்தீங்களா, அந்த கரும்பு வந்து யூஸ் பண்ண பிறகு நம்ம என்ன செய்வோம், சாப்பிட்டு அந்த ஸ்வீட்னஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்துட்டு தேவையில்லாதெல்லாம் வீசிடுவோம். என்ன அர்த்தம்னா, இப்ப கொரோனா காலத்துல நீங்க பாத்தீங்களா, பல பேருக்கு வேலை இல்லாம போயிருக்கோம், எக்கானமி ரொம்ப மோசம், பல ப்ராப்ளம், டென்ஷன் வீட்டிலேயே இருக்கிறதுனால, ஒருத்தருக்கு ஒருத்தர் சண்டை வரும். பாத்மா வீட்டிலேயே இருக்கிறதுனால இப்ப இவ்வளவு நாள் இல்லாத பிரச்சனை எல்லாம் வரும். அப்ப அந்த கரும்பு போல நம்மளும் வந்து எது எது பாசிட்டிவோ, எது எது நல்லதோ அதை மட்டும் எடுத்துக்கிட்டு தேவையில்லாதெல்லாம் தூக்கி போட்டுடணும். அப்பதான் நம்ம ஹாப்பியா வாழ முடியும். அதோட அடையாளம் அதுன்னு நான் விளங்கிக்கிட்டேன். அப்புறம் நீங்க கேட்கலாம், ஏன் மஞ்சள் நட்டீங்க, ஏன் வந்து மஞ்சளும் இஞ்சி செடியும் போட்டீங்கன்னு. இப்ப கொரோனால பாத்தீங்களா, வாட்ஸ்அப்ல பறக்குறதெல்லாம் என்ன தெரியுங்களா, மஞ்சள் குடி கொரோனா வராது, இஞ்சி குடி கொரோனா வராது. அது உண்மையா இல்லையான்னு எனக்கு தெரியாது. நான் டாக்டர் இல்ல, அது ஒண்ணு யாராலையும் கண்டுபிடிக்கவும் முடியல. ஆனா என்ன சொல்ல வராங்கன்னா, இப்ப நாள் படப்பட இப்ப பாத்தீங்கன்னா யாருமே இஞ்சியும் வந்து அந்த பொங்கல் முன்னுக்கு கட்டுறது இல்ல, ஏன்னா மறந்து போச்சு. அப்ப இது ஏன் கட்டும்னா, இந்த 2 மஞ்சளும் இஞ்சியும் வந்து என்னன்னாக்கா, நம்ம ஹெல்த்தியா வாழ்றதுக்கு ஒரு சாப்பாடுல சேர்க்கிறது. அது நம்ம மறக்க கூடாதுன்றதுக்காக தான் அந்த அடையாளமா கட்டுறோம். ஓகே, இதெல்லாம் முடிஞ்ச உடனே நாங்க என்ன செஞ்சோம், இந்த வருஷம் நான் சொல்லிட்டு புள்ளி கோலம் தான் போடணும், மாவுல தான் போடணும்னு. அப்ப பிள்ளைங்களா யூடியூப்ல தட்டி எல்லாம் எடுத்து வச்சுக்கிட்டாங்க. அப்ப அவங்க போடும்போது நானும் அப்சர்வ் பண்ணேன். என்ன அங்க வருதுன்னா, மெத்தி பிளஸ் மைனஸ், என்ன எத்தனை புள்ளி போடணும், எத்தனை புள்ளி மைனஸ் பண்ணணும் எல்லாம் கணக்கு பண்ணி ஒரு அழகான கோலத்தை போட்டுட்டாங்க. முந்திலாம் சொல்லுவோம் எறும்பு சாப்பிடும். நான் எறும்பு வீட்டுல இல்ல, ஏன்னா நான் தான் ஸ்ப்ரே பண்ணி எல்லாத்தையும் சாவடிச்சிருவேன். அப்ப என்னோட வந்து இந்த வருஷம் கோலத்துல வந்து மெத்திக்கும் கலந்துருச்சு. இன்னொன்னு பார்த்தா அது பாக்குறதுக்கே உண்மையிலேயே சொல்ல ரங்கோலி கோலத்தோட ரொம்ப நாளுக்கு பிறகு பார்க்கும்போது ரொம்ப அழகா இருந்துச்சு. அப்பயே அங்க ஹாப்பி பொங்கல் ஆரம்பிச்சிருச்சு. இதெல்லாம் முடிச்சிட்டோன்னா இந்த கல்லு வெளியே செய்யலாம்னு முடிவு பண்ணிட்டேன். ஏன்னா வீட்டுல எல்லாரும் இருக்கிறோம், ஒருத்தர் 2 பேரை தவிர மத்தவங்க எல்லாம் வீட்டுல இருக்கிறோம். அப்ப அந்த கல்லு எல்லாம் ரெடி பண்ணியாச்சு அடுப்புக்கு. அப்புறம் கிச்சன்ல போயிட்டு நான் டாக்டர்ஸும் நாங்களும் என்ன செஞ்சோம், பானையை வந்து ஊற வச்சு எடுத்து அது ஒரு டெக்கரேட் பண்ணிச்சு. மறுநாளுக்கு பொங்கல் செய்ய வேண்டிய வேலை எல்லாம் ரெடி பண்ணியாச்சு. காலையில தை முதல் நாள் வெள்ளன எழுஞ்சிட்டோம், அலாம்லாம் அடிக்கல. எனக்கு வந்து இது மாதிரி எல்லாம் செய்யணும்னா தூக்கம் வராது, நல்லா செய்யணும், ரொம்ப ஹாப்பி, அதனால தூக்கமும் வராது, டயர்டும் இருக்காது. எல்லாரும் எழுஞ்சோம், குளிச்சோம், புது சட்டை போட்டோம், வீடை கொஞ்சம் கூட்டணும், கிளீன் பண்ணோம், வெளியே போனோம், அடுப்பு வச்சோம். அந்த அக்கினினாக்க உங்களுக்கு தெரியும், சூரிய பகவான். அவர்கிட்ட ப்ரே பண்ணோம்னா இன்னைக்குள்ள பொங்கல் நல்லா பொங்கி எங்களுக்கு வந்து ஹாப்பினஸ் கொடு அப்படின்னு. அப்ப அழகா விளக்கு ஏத்தணும். அந்த குச்சியில வந்து விளக்கு ஏத்தி அந்த இது பானை வச்சோம், பால் வச்சோம். பால் வச்சு அந்த நெருப்பையும் நம்ம எல்லாரோட போக்கஸும் வந்து பானை, அந்த நெருப்பு, அந்த பால். அப்ப அந்த பால் நெருப்பு ஒரு ஆள் ஜாகா பண்ணிக்கிட்டாங்க. அந்த பால் மேல வர 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 எல்லாருக்காலும் அப்படியே மேல ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கா மேல ஏறுது. ஏன்னா நம்மள அறியாமையே அந்த ஹாப்பினஸ் நம்மள எல்லாரோட போக்கஸும் அங்க இருந்தனால அப்படியே மேல பால் வர 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 என்ன ஆச்சு, அப்படியே மெதுவா பொங்குதா, எல்லாரும் வாயும் அப்படியே திறக்குது. சாப்பிடறதுக்கு இல்ல, அந்த பொங்கி ஊத்தும் போது பொங்கலோ பொங்கலோ எனக்கு கத்துறதுக்கு. அதுவும் வந்து ரொம்ப சந்தோஷமா இருந்துச்சு. எங்க வீட்டுல ஒரு பக்கம் கத்துறாங்களா, சொல்றாங்களா, நேபர் வந்து இந்தியன், அவங்க வீட்டுல சின்ன சின்ன பிள்ளைங்களா இருக்கா, அங்க இருந்து சவுண்ட் வருது. ரொம்ப ஹாப்பியா இருந்துச்சு. எங்க 2 வீடு தான் வந்து இங்க இந்தியன்ஸ் வீடு. அங்க பார்த்தா ரோட்ல காடி எல்லாம் நிக்குது, 2-3 காடி நின்னு சைனீஸ் பாக்குறாங்க. அப்ப நான் பார்க்க, அவங்க பார்க்க, நான் சிரிக்க, அவங்க சிரிக்க, அதுலயும் ஒரு ஹாப்பி. ஓகே, பொங்கலும் வந்து என்ன ஆச்சுனாக்கா, பொங்கல் வச்சோம், சோறு வெந்துச்சு, சுகர் போட்டோம், நெய் போட்டோம், முந்திரி பருப்பு போட்டோம், ஒரு அழகான பொங்கல் உண்டாயிருச்சு. இப்ப என்னது, வீட்டுல இலை போட்டோம், பக்கத்திலேயே இலை போட்டு ஒரு பிள்ளையார் பிடிச்சு வச்சு பாக்கு வெத்தலை மறக்க கூடாது, பாக்கு வெத்தலை வாழைப்பழம் வச்சோம். ஆப்பிள் பனானா அதெல்லாம் ஒண்ணும் வைக்கல, அந்த காலத்துக்கே போயாச்சு இப்ப மறுபடியும். அப்புறம் வந்து ஒரு படையல். என்னன்னா எனக்கு தெரிஞ்ச வரைக்கும் நான் எப்போதுமே அந்த அன்னைன்னு சொல்லுவேன், மாதா, அன்னைன்னா மாதா. அந்த 5 மழை, வெயில், சூரியன், காற்று, அந்த ஸ்பேஸ் அண்ட் தென் பூமாதேவி, எல்லாருக்கும் அவங்களுக்கு எப்போது வணங்க நான் ரொம்ப லவ் பண்றது. அவங்க எல்லாத்துக்கும் தேங்க்ஸ் சொல்லிட்டு மறுபடியும் வீட்டுக்கு வந்தேன். வீட்டுக்கு வந்துட்டு சுவாமிக்கும் படைச்சிட்டு என்ன செஞ்சோம், அன்னைக்கு எங்களோட பிரேக்ஃபாஸ்ட் அதுதான். சாப்பிடும்போது போன வருஷத்தோட நல்லா இருந்துச்சு அப்படி சொல்லிட்டு எல்லாம் சிரிச்சுட்டு சாப்பிட்டோம். நான் இங்க என்ன அப்சர்வ் பண்ணனாக்கா, நம்ம வீட்டுல நார்மலா சமைக்கும் போது என்ன செய்வோம், உப்பு கரெக்டா இருக்கா, காரம் கரெக்டா இருக்கா, எல்லாம் பார்த்துட்டு ஒரு ரெடியான ஃபுட் செய்வோம். அப்படித்தான் செய்வோம். அதுலயும் வந்து பல குறை வரும், உப்பு இல்ல, காரம் கூடி போச்சு, உரைக்குது அப்படிலாம். ஆனா நான் அந்த பொங்கல் வந்து சாப்பிடும்போது யாருமே ஒரு கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்ணல, ஸ்வீட்டா இருக்கணும் கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்ணல, உப்பு பத்தலன்னு கம்ப்ளைண்ட் பண்ணல, அவ்வளவு ஹாப்பி. அந்த ஹாப்பியா எனக்கு அந்த 4 முழுசும் ஹாப்பியா இருந்தேன். இதான் நான் செஞ்சது. Okay, thank you, ma.
Very good.
Incredible. I really enjoyed listening to that.
Yeah.
Genetic and from me, Kama. I think like just now what this video asked, I think I just want to add a little on the sugarcane thing. So as we know, sugarcane, I didn't know this actually, I just learned it. Sugarcane can grow anywhere, in mud, in dirt, in dump area, anywhere sugarcane is very easily grown. And the best part is, it's just like a little touch on the inner significance. The best part is, although we chew, we bite and we spit it out, it only gives sweetness. Although it comes from a dirt, mud, the dump area / anywhere, it only gives sweetness. Therefore, personally, seeing this in myself, all I can think of is, no matter how people are towards us, no matter what situation I am in, my innate quality, like how the taboo's innate quality is sweetness, my innate quality is love. So all I should share and give is love. And I think that is a very beautiful reminder for us. So that is why it's tied, to all symbolize and signifies all this. That's all from me.
Thank you, Auntie. Very beautifully explained, like every aspect of it.
Sorry, Chandni, can I add something on what
Yes.
Sister Dhanam said? What she said was true about fruits, Actually, if you ask me, I also don't add apples, oranges, grapes, because they are all fruits that are not grown in India, So the fruits that normally we always give for prayers for this particular day is like jackfruit, like sugar cane, and even the jambu. These are grown. Even in Malaysia, we grow this, farmers grow all that. So these are the fruits we normally put for prayers on this particular day.
Yes, Auntie. Thanks, Auntie, for sharing. I always put apple. Maybe because it is so easy to get. I'm sorry. But I will keep this in mind next time. Thank you, Auntie. Yes, Auntie Chitrash. Yes,
I
Auntie.
would like to add one more. We will keep the coconut also. The
Coconut.
thing is, we surrender and we will break the coconut and we offer to the God, so that means whenever we see from inside it's white in color, right?
Yes.
So the meaning is the coconut is the sattvic fruit. That means the purity is there.
Yes.
So the main thing, we break the coconut. That is the meaning that we let go all the ego.
Yes. Yes, Auntie. Thanks for sharing, Auntie. Very
Auntie,
true.
I want to say something.
Yes,
One
yes,
word.
please, Auntie.
No, nothing. It's that the way Sister Dhanam explained just now. She smiled and the neighbor smiled and the connection created. It was so beautiful to listen. Okay,
Yes,
thank you, Sister Dhanam, for that part. I really liked it. How you're creating a new relationship with your friends and neighbors.
Thank you, Auntie.
Thank
Amma
you.
is talking softly, so
Thank
can
you,
I hear?
Okay, then shall we move on to the next one, Anushka?
Yes, sorry, I'm very carried away. So the next question is, wait, before that, Brother Vijay, is your question answered, brother?
Yes.
Okay. So,
I think in the process, Vijay learned some Tamil also.
oh, oops, I'll translate it. Okay, so the next question, I think Amma told a lot of tradition, all of us aunties here, and we all know a lot of traditions and all. So, so the very important question is, why is it important for us to still practice these traditions? So maybe Auntie Sudha can kick off. Auntie?
Okay, what is that? One more time.
Why is it important for us to practice these traditions, Auntie? Like now.
Tradition is in our blood.
Fasting and all, Auntie. So why do you think it's important for us to do it now,
Yeah,
Auntie?
actually, fasting and all that, we think that is tradition, is a part. But actually, scientifically think about it, it's very good for our health. We simply eat and eat and eat. One day must give a rest to the stomach. That is what it is. But fasting is very good to clear our stomach. And also, when you fast and do prayers, the focus will be there. For me, it's like that. If I fast and do prayers, my focus will be there. I can concentrate a lot in the prayers. And very seldom, but I fast. But all the tradition, I think we born in this culture, this Hinduism, in religion, we got a lot of things to follow. All the culture, all the tradition. I think we think that, oh, there is old culture, old tradition. We don't have to follow. But maybe I'm an old person. I like to follow all this tradition and culture. We must instill all these things in our new generation. They must know what happened before and what is happening and what they're going to do in their future. So everything we must follow. That is my opinion. Fasting, praying, following all these cultures is very good. Today I learned a lot from Pongal. So I didn't know most of the things. Tell you the truth, I told you I didn't know earlier. But today I learned a lot. I hope the coming future, the generation also must learn from this. We must teach them. Maybe I'm an old timer myself.
Oh,
You're old timers.
No such thing. We are all young.
Old timers.
Thank you, Auntie. I think, I mean, that's a question that I think always comes to my head also, right? Like, we have a lot of traditions and rituals and practices in our culture, but a lot of times I actually question, why do we do it? What is the significance? And I think when we take part in these kind of satsangs, we realize the significance and the importance, not just blindly doing, like simply pour the milk and wait to say pongal. We just don't do it blindly, but we understand the reason, the significance, the meaning. And so that when we have, children and future generations, we can actually tell them, and that value will still continue on for, years to come. Yeah. Anybody wants to add on anything else?
Sairam Chandini.
Sairam, Auntie.
I just want to add one point. Actually, it was very beautifully explained. Just want to add one small point here. In my opinion, doing this tradition and religion, it is a way for us to get ourselves connected to our own inner spirituality. Because not many people could actually do certain thing and then directly can get connected with spirituality unless we do some bhakti. I feel this, I mean, celebrating Pongal is still is a ritual and it's a way of bhakti margam. So from this bhakti margam, we will advance to spirituality. That is my thought.
Thank you, Auntie, for sharing. I think that's a good point also, right? It's like we start with this to imbibe the spirituality within us, So we have these rituals to help us like a stepping stone kind of immediately to go into like meditation, self-realization, It's a bit too much for us to accept, but this can be a good stepping stone. I see Amma is unmuted. Amma, you want to share something? Can't hear you if you are speaking, but I can see that you are unmuted. All right, okay. Maybe some technique.
Can I just share something else, Loka?
Yes, Hadwin, go ahead.
Yeah, so I feel like this entire celebration of Pongal, right, is really like it's Thanksgiving in action. It's not just saying Pongal, it's a celebration of Thanksgiving, but throughout the action of the farmers, right? Let's say from the moment they, I mean, the tuai, the paddy and all, right? So remember, you need to separate it from the husk. So when you do that, right, of course, they collect the main portion of the what rice that's produced as a harvest. But of course, when they do it, like small particles of rice will fall on the ground, you see. So those items are partaken by all the birds, everything, right?
Yes.
And also in terms of like, a Matu Pongal and all, they show so much of respect and like, appreciate the farm animals also that been with them all throughout the year, harvesting the food, right? And also like in terms of like putting column and also even to the small things like bugs and ants also they are sharing a portion of their wealth so called with all the other creatures as well, and even like so to nature, to animals, to other beings. The action of Pongal itself is really significant for like sharing what we have, and I think that's the main essence that we should take from the Pongal celebration is to share the little that we have with others also.
Yep. Very true, very true. Thanks, Hadwin, for sharing. I think, again, from... sorry.
Yeah, no, I was telling about Anna say the sharing part. So like those days, like I think I'm gathering from whatever Auntie Dolly said, and then she said like how they used to do it outside the house. The sawa. They go to the sawa, and then from there they take from the cow. So everyone is gathered. It shares happiness. So I think to make it even more sense, now if we see that virtually Bandar Klang, we have been doing Pongal, we have the WhatsApp group, and then when I saw Auntie Sundari's Thoranam with that bird thing, it was like really amazing for me. And then when I saw Uncle Chandran asking like, sister, how did you do it? So everyone gets into that excitement, and instead of using the time for other things, we are using it to learn that. And then similarly, we see a lot of people sharing the pre and post. So that is what motivated me to, next day, we also do the same thing. So I think I just emphasize on what Hadwin said, the sharing part, it's why the tradition is so important to celebrate, to follow.
Yes, very true. I think to just put it simple in a very simple terms, again, I got this from Professor Anil Kumar's talk yesterday. Pongal is actually a celebration of the Creator and his creation. So we are thanking both, not just God, but all that he has created, the 5 elements, the earth, the animals, everything. We're just being grateful for all that we have. And I think it's a very good combination of social, cultural and spiritual. So it's not just fun. It's not just traditions, but there is a spiritual aspect to it as well. So it's a very good combination of these 3 different aspects of our religion. All right. Okay, then. Any last...
Yes, Chandani,
yes,
what you said, the last part about the nature and, but what you said just now about what Anil Kumar said, that we should respect nature. I think that is very, very true, because in this way, we are educating our children.
Yes.
Okay. The small ones, we're educating them. You see, when we celebrate Pongal, as what you all said, I mean, it's not just cooking the sweet rice and eating, consuming it, and then saying, oh, it's so nice how you made. But the after part of it, like when we pray to the sun. Now, why are we praying to the sun? These children should know. Questions asked and we should be followed, but maybe not rituals, because Swami himself is not very much into ritual, but we can do it in a spiritual way. Teach them in a spiritual way to admire nature and to respect nature. That's my way of explaining about what Pongal is all about. Thank you, Ma.
Thank you, Auntie.
Saira?
Yes. Saira, Mama.
Yeah. It's just like to add on. Yeah, I don't know. When I was just listening just now, this thing struck me. It's like what the Swami talks about, the three aspects, like moving from the individual into the family and then to the society. The first day, the bogi is self-cleaning, is our individual process. And then the second day, the Thai Pongal, the Surya Pongal, is a family affair. And then the third one is the Kanum Pongal, where we go into the society. And so it's the progress, from the individual to the family and to the society.
Yeah, very beautifully put. I mean, that's another aspect which, it makes sense, right? You start with yourself and then, correcting yourself and then celebrating it, with the bigger community and things like that. That's also a very nice aspect. Thanks, Ma, for sharing. Anything else anybody wants to share? Anushka, anything? All right. Okay. So actually, we had 2 games put together for us to play together, but because everybody has been sharing so beautifully and so enthusiastically, which is great, thank you so much. We had the games just as backup. If nobody wanted to share, then we're going to play 2 games. But anyway, we'll play 1 game just for the benefit of, we have some kids, I think, in the call. So to keep them entertained, and also the older ones who are still like kids, like myself. Right? So I'm sure there's many of us here, would like to play some games. So just a quick puzzle. Maybe we won't complete it if we run out of time, because we want to try to finish by 10:30. And after this, we just have a very short video from Swami to wrap up everything. So we'll play a few we'll go through a few questions maybe in the puzzle. And then if we can't complete it, don't worry. We will share it in the WhatsApp group, so you can have fun trying it in your own time. And we will share the answers as well in the WhatsApp group. All right, so maybe let's do 5 questions. I think there's 10 questions here, so we'll do 5 questions, okay? Anybody want to answer, you can unmute and then quickly tell the answer.
Number 4.
Oh, they are ready already. Come on, let's go. Okay, they are number 4. Okay, what is the answer, Ma?
Kolam.
Kolam. So kolam is a traditional design that is normally hand-drawn at the entrance of houses. Yes, very good. We have been speaking about kolam. Well done. We've been speaking about kolam here and there, right? Okay, next question. Anybody wants to? Number 6. Who is this? Lakshana.
Yeah.
Okay, what's the answer, Ma?
Yeah. Sun god Surya.
Surya. Okay, your chittapa's name, correct. Right, Surya, okay, sun god. The celebration is dedicated to the sun god. All right, anybody else wants to try any more questions? Not only kids, everybody can try. Except Anushka. Anushka, no.
Okay, it's me. The second day of Pongal is called Matu Pongal.
The second day of Pongal is called Matu Pongal. Yes, Auntie. Auntie, spell, Auntie.
Mattu. Matu.
Hey, why? Correct.
No.
No, Auntie, second day of Pongal, Auntie. Like according to the explanation.
Is called Surya Pongal.
Thai Pongal.
Thai Pongal.
Actually, yeah, because generally
I forgot I didn't add the bogi there.
Yes, correct. Many of us actually don't take bogi as the first day.
Yes, that's right.
Correct. Yes. Okay. Any more? Anybody want to try? Maybe we can go another 1 or 2 more.
Number 2, 4.
Number
2.
Who's the Prashantini?
Anushka cannot come.
Okay, number 2, Pongal is celebrated for
4 days.
4 days. Okay. FOUR.
Number 7 is Indra.
Sorry?
Number 7 is Indra.
Number 7, Indra, Auntie Ambiga. Okay.
Number 10, Sudha. Okay, number 10, Pongal is a harvest festival.
Pongal is a harvest festival. Number 10. Let's try to put in the answer. Wait, our typing a bit slow.
The typing is done by Anushka. Sorry.
Anushka, Indra, Anushka, not Indra.
Wait.
Okay, please excuse our technical
And,
challenge. Anushka, I think you should give it back to Prashantini.
Okay, number 8.
Number 8? I mean, number 10 is Auntie. Number 10 was
harvest festival.
Yes, Auntie Ambiga said, Auntie, correct, Auntie, well done.
Okay,
Please
number
complete
8.
the Indra.
Okay.
Number 8, Auntie.
Pongal is also the name of a sweet dish of rice. Boiled with milk,
rice.
which are great.
Yes, correct. We've been talking so much, right, about harvest and also rice, the main ingredient, correct?
Number 3 down is sugarcane.
Well done. Long one. Amma got it. Sugarcane, correct. Number 3.
The third day of Pongal is called Kanum Pongal.
Okay, Kanum Pongal. And Hridaya, what was your answer, Ma? For one question, you wanted to do something?
Number 9. Oh, Auntie said number 9.
That is Auntie Sudha, Kanum Pongal.
Correct. Auntie Sudha said Kanum Pongal. I heard Hridaya also in between. Hridaya? Number 5, Ma? Oops, I can't hear her. Maybe she's on mute.
Number 7.
Okay, anybody else wants to try number 5? Come on, last one. Oh, number 7. Number 7 done already. Actually, it's Indra, but Anushka is still trying to type it. I don't know.
R is not coming up.
Okay, number 5.
Number 5. Matu Pongal.
Matu Pongal. Well done. We did it. We finished the puzzle. Okay, something is wrong with the number 2 and number 7. The
Mommy
R
has
don't
to
want
give
to
something
come.
significant.
Mom is trying to say something. Let's dwell on it later. Okay, thank you. We have another game, but we won't do it now due to the time. We will share it in the WhatsApp group. Yeah, so Anushka, you want to wrap up and then we go to Swami.
Yeah, so I will wrap up. Thank you, Ka. So as we all know, we all have been saying, like, it's a sign of gratitude and etc. And I would just like to add a little here. I was telling Akka, like, I felt like so uneasy. I did not feel connected. So then I thought to myself, we are not farmers. So usually this celebration is celebrated by farmers, but we are not farmers. So how can I relate it to spiritual significance of Pongal? So Swami always says the end of culture is perfection. What does he mean by here is, at the end, after we practice all the culture and tradition that we want, the end of it has to be perfection. So how does Pongal signifies perfection? So here, coming back again, this festival is celebrated by farmers. So farmers are not, to say, very rich people. They are very poor. Okay, they're very poor. So unlike us, how now everything comes very easy. We can go to the shop, we buy the milk, we can buy a pot, we can buy rice and everything. Even milk is a luxury for farmers. So they're very poor people. So what they do is, we must also remember that like earlier it was mentioned, the months before is a rainy season. So Akka was just telling how in US, they're having it's not really fun, because it's cold and all. So we can imagine them in cold. They don't go to work. They are inside more than outside, and they are it's in the harsh weather and everything. They're going through a lot of. So when it comes to type the Pongal on the first day of the month, it's considered like a joyful thing for them. So if it was me, if I had something that I could get as food, you must remember farmers are people who are very poor. So during the rainy season, they might have even starved. It's not a surprise that they might have even starved. So if it was me, if I had something that I could make money out of it, I could I can eat it as food. What I would do is I would go out, grab, and I take and eat. But then these farmers, the beautiful thing about them is they go, despite all this thing, the difficulties that they face, they go, they grab the harvest, the first paddy, they offer it to God. They say gratitude to the sun, they give it to the cow, and then they share it amongst all of them. and only then they enjoy it for themselves. So, and they give it, to their family, they come back to the family and everything. And even better, the best part is the nature does not does not treat them, it gives them rain and all. So they were even more difficulty. Yet, they did not see that, they're able to not see that, they're only able to see that the nature gave them food, and they're able to show that gratitude towards the sun by offering the nature the pongal. So the beautiful thing is this sense, the sense of that special character of them, that seeing the goodness despite of so much of difficulties, all the while they've been going through so much of trouble, but the first thing they thought of is like to see the goodness of the nature instead of seeing the rain that it gave, and then to share it amongst all of it, despite being difficult, having starving and everything, they are only able to see that goodness. That is what Swami says by perfection. So when the opportunity first came, so the perfection in mind, thoughts and actions, actually that's the better way to say it. So when the opportunity first came, instead of running and grabbing it for themselves, they offer that to the God, to everyone, to the nature, to everyone, including the farm animals, and then only to themselves. So instead of greed, there was a lot of sharing and caring. So the ability to derive the strength from all forms of difficulties and adversities, from all forms of trouble, the ability to derive the strength, the ability to see the goodness, that is what we need in our spiritual journey that will lead to perfection. So that's how we can celebrate. As we are not farmers, that's how we can see Pongal as. So that ability to see goodness, the ability to share, to have that ability to sharing, despite whatever we are going through, that is what a gratitude is, a celebration is. That is what I would like to share. And this is something that I think we all should ponder upon, because Pongal is very easily, we can say, Pongal is gratitude and all, but as farmers, we do not go through the struggle, but we go through struggle of daily lives. So if we manage to get the goodness and we see that we are able to share at that moment of our trouble, then every day is a Pongal celebration for ourselves. Akka, would you like to add anything, Akka?
No, I think very beautifully said. I think that really summarizes. I don't want to add on anymore or repeat it. I think we will just end off with the best way. No other better way to end the satsang than to hear Swami himself summarize everything for us in just a 1 minute plus video. Okay, and sorry for the delay, just a few minutes, but we'll end after the video. Okay, so just enjoy Swami's video.
ఈ సంక్రాంతి అనేటువంటి పవిత్రమైనటువంటి యొక్క మానవత్వం నుంచి దైవత్వానికి చేరేటువంటి మార్గాన్ని ప్రబోధిస్తూ వస్తున్నాయి. చెరకు ఉంది. ఈ చెరకు యొక్క స్వరూపము అనేక వంపులుగా ఉంటుంటుంది. కానీ అందులో ఉండేటువంటి యొక్క తీపుకు ఎట్టి మార్పు ఉండదు. కనుక ఈ జీవితం అనేటువంటి ఒక చెరకు గడ అనేక కష్టములు, నష్టములు, దుఃఖములు, విచారములు ఇలాంటివంతా కూడా కొన్ని విధమైనటువంటి మార్పులు కలగవచ్చు. ఇవి ఎన్ని మార్పులు కలిగినప్పటికీ నీ దివ్యత్వమైనటువంటి దాంట్లోపల ఏకత్వంగానే ఉంటుండాలి. కూడా ఒక బంగారు వంటి వాడే. అందుకోసం నేను అందరినీ కూడా బంగారు 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 అంటుంటాను. అనగా నీవు చాలా విలువైనటువంటి వాడవే, కానీ కొన్ని కష్టాలకు, దుఃఖాలకు, విచారాలకు కొంతవరకు నీవు శాంతంగా భరించుకోవాలి. కనుక మొట్టమొదట మనం సెల్ఫ్ కాన్ఫిడెన్స్, ఆత్మవిశ్వాసాన్ని మనం పెంచుకోవాలి. ఇట్టి ఆత్మవిశ్వాసాన్ని పెంచుకొని ప్రజాక్షేమాన్ని మనము ఆశించి మనము జగత్తు లోపల సరైన కర్తవ్యాన్ని నిర్వర్తించాలి.
Thank you. With that, thank you everybody for joining this session. Have a happy Pongal. Another 1-2 days still to go. And yeah, thank you so much for joining this session and actively participating.
Thank you and stay safe.
Thank you, Auntie. Okay.
It's a very nice ending.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you, Sairam.
Very powerful. Thank you very much,
Thank you, Chandani.
Chandni and Anushka and all the aunties who shared all the experiences. It's really beautiful to hear. And I think today we will be leaving this call knowing much more about Pongal and internalizing it and spiritualizing it. And I'm pretty sure the next time we celebrate it, it will be even more fruitful. It will be even more fruitful and it will be even more spiritual, and we will be able to understand what we are doing much better. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in on our first online satsang. It was really beautifully conducted. Thank you very much, Ladies Wing and Youth Wing. Our next online satsang will be in April. All right, April. Please keep that in mind. And next month, we will be starting our study circles. Okay, so please join in in those programs as well. So without further ado, just like to say thank you again very much, everyone who joined in and all those who moderated the session. Thank you. Jai Sairam. Pongalo Pongal. Jai Sairam. Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam. Good night, everybody.
Sairam and good night, everyone.
Thank you, Sairam.
Sairam.
Sairam and good night, everyone.
Sairam, good night, Auntie. Thank you very much.
Sairam Monu. Sairam Monu.
Good night. Good night, Naveen, Chandani.
Good night, Auntie.
Good
Sairam.
night. Bye, Sairam.